Well, you can probably second guess a lot of things. Free throw line kind of got us again, but the better team won. I give them credit. They played hard. They stuck around. We had our chances. Critical play. We got it up 7-8 a couple times, and big play when we throw a bounce pass in front of their bench and we're up 7 with the ball and they go lay it up. We've had some guys that have played awfully well in this stretch, and some of those guys didn't play very well tonight. And Minnesota does what they do. They've hung around all year. You got to give them a lot of credit for that. It's been a tough year in some ways because they've lost a lot of close games. And tonight they hung around and found a way to win the close games. Really didn't plan on fouling at the end this time because we were switching 5, and in every way, shape, and form it should have been good enough, and we had a miscue, and so I'll take complete responsibility for that, and got to tell you, it's a sickening loss, but I don't want to take anything away from Minnesota because they played hard and they played well, and they deserve the win. So I'll take questions.
I know late in the Ohio State game time you guys talked in the huddle about fouling or not. Was there a discussion again this time?
A little bit, but there's 13 seconds left, and I didn't want to foul with that much time left. The way we weren't shooting free throws very good down the stretch, so I didn't want to go to that even or. So it was a choice, I made, and a choice I'll live with. But if guys would do their damn job, do what they're supposed to do, we wouldn't have been in that position anyway. So we just went another game where we had some foolish turnovers. We had just a ton of missed free throws by some of our best free throw shooters. And we had a guy or two that just didn't come to play.
Tom, was there something wrong with Dawson?
I don't know. You better ask him. I'm not in his body. That's a good question. I'd ask the same question. I have no clue. Give him credit that he's had a year where his motor's been running at high pace for most of it, but I was concerned about this game. I think fans, media, everybody wonders why you never give teams credit. I'm going to give teams credit from now on in the summer. Because the minute you do, I don't know. He struggled the whole game, I think, from the opening tip. And hasn't been that way this year, and just did.
Tom, this is now 7 overtime periods for you guys now. What is it about these late game executions for you guys, and does it come down to leadership?
I thought Trice did an incredible job tonight. He missed some free throws, but in the huddles he was unbelievable, trying to rally everybody. And so the leadership was good enough. You can't go, that poor kid is an 82% shooter most of the time, and he goes 6 for 13. But you can't. What did King get? 2 3-point pump fakes. It's in the sky. We knew. Maybe we didn't execute. Maybe we executed really well because maybe this team is not that good, and we're finding ways to stay in a game till that late. You can look at it both ways.
Tom, you were optimistic that your team had overcome the free throw woes. I'm just curious, did you sense coming into the game, maybe from practice or shoot around, that they were going to struggle, or were you surprised with that?
Very surprised with the free throw. I was not real surprised. I did not like the way we practiced. And, I'll tell you something that's tough that, is it's not an excuse. It's just a tough thing. At the end of the year, your team's going to wear down. You shrink practices down. We've got this unique thing where this year we play 3 teams for the first time at the end of the year. And when you do that, you got to get a lot of things done in practice. And we just didn't have, and I blame myself on Trav because we just had trouble with our starting guard to guard anybody. So I had to play Trav those minutes. And I think you see, what we went through early in the year, that he can't play 38, 39 minutes with that body. I mean, he gave it everything he could do. But I think that was the reason he missed some wide open threes. He missed some free throws. And I think he just wears down. But he played hard. He led well. We just had some other guys. We just didn't guard. I mean, we've never given up 96 points in 2 games. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Tom, did you feel like this was a trap game for your team at all?
No, we're not that good. We're not that good to have a trap game. I mean, you got to be really good. You got to be like a top 5 team, and you're playing a dog. I mean, I explained it to you. Like I said, I think Richard did a hell of a job. His team, though, lost 6 games at the beginning of the year, and they could have won all of them. And so he deserved to win this game. Don't think we just lost it. He deserved to win it. I mean, we had our chances, yes. But give his kids credit on the road and what they did. No, I don't think it was a trap game in a way. I mean, you're coming down. You got 2-3 games left. If you're a senior, you got 2 home games left. Is there a trap game? If there's a trap game, that's sad.
Wonder what you saw from your team after this game.
You know, that's a good question. Not enough. Not enough. You know, it's. I think Schilling was sick because of some plays that we talked about. We didn't do a very good job carrying things from practice or the huddles into the game. I mean, going for those pump fakes was, I mean, we're not trying to block threes, you know. And so I saw something from him. But unfortunately, I think for Zell it was tough. But I'll stick with my motto that I got to do a better job coaching them. And your seniors got to come through. That's, you know, we gave him credit when credit was due, and gave me credit when credit was due, so I'll take the blame on if you think I should have fouled or not fouled. Should have never been there, too. We missed some free throws then. We should have been up 6 or 7 instead of, you know, I mean, Denzel goes 4 for 5. He does a great job, but I expect Denzel to make him. I expect Trav to make him. Those are the guys that missed the free throws. The other guys made theirs. So that's a little odd for us, and it's the way it was tonight.
Tom, I think Zell hurt his ankle or something early on. It didn't seem like it, but did that affect him at all tonight, you think?
No. No. I mean, he was 8 for 14, 7 for 12 from the 3, 27 points, 7 rebounds. If that affected him, you know, it's a shame that he played. I mean, he played hard. I'm sure he played in some pain. It was, you know, he's not a type of guy that fakes an injury. And, I mean, it looked bad out there. And we gave up a layup on that one, too. But I don't think that it, I mean, what effect did it have? He made shots. I mean, unless maybe when he ran by a couple of those other guys and he rubbed up against them, maybe through osmosis it traveled onto their bodies and they were hurt because Zell played good. He played hard.
Coach, not to trivialize the end result, but Alvin Ellis had some minutes in the first half. Were you pleased with what you saw?
I was. And the reason he didn't go back in, we're struggling to guard the dribble, and they did a great job, and that's why Bryn didn't play. And to be honest with you, I mean, BJ is a guy that can cover 3 people, and so then you can, you know, that's what we've been doing. We've been cheating all year. We're not good enough on-ball defenders. I've made that perfectly clear, and we're not. But every team's got some liabilities, and that's ours. We're not a great on-the-ball defending team. We're a great team defensive team, and tonight a couple of our team members weren't with it, and so we didn't guard as good as a team, and so then we had to play Tom and Trav, who at least tried to guard, and Zell, and when we had Elvin and Bryn in there, they struggled to do that. Now Elvin did some other things that were good, and maybe merited a little more time in the second half, but it all come down to we couldn't guard anybody. And the proof's in the pudding. I mean, 96 points, 52%, 43 from three. That hasn't happened to us very often. And I take my hat off to them. They made tough shots. They made big threes. They played hard. And when they got down, they didn't quit playing. Give him a lot of credit. Give them a lot of credit for they've had a rough year too, and he got them to play, and we didn't play with the same energy and emotion that we needed to.
Tom, I know there's no silver linings in a loss,
Nope,
but
none.
24 assists on 29 baskets and probably one of your best passing nights of the season?
Means zero. Sorry, means nothing to me. Maybe a week from now it'll mean something, but it was just, you don't win games offensively very often. You don't win big games, or you don't win games in a tournament. Not many teams just go out and outscore people. There's a reason Kentucky's good, best defensive team in the country. You look over the years and the Dukes and the teams that have been pretty solid. Once in a while Carolina can outscore everybody, but you look at Virginia, you look at all these good teams, they guard. And the teams that don't guard, and you know what? We were one of them. And tonight we decided not to guard. And part of that was us. Part of that was as how well they played, and those guards just gave us fits. But they gave us fits because our bigs, especially one or two guys, did not do what they were supposed to do on those ball screens, and our guards aren't good enough athletically to keep those guys in front of them. So it was a team loss. We all took part in it, and now we got to regroup. Somebody asked me if Wisconsin's a trap game. Another question.
Well, I was just going to ask about Wisconsin. How do you regroup and get your team focused for Wisconsin?
Well, I'll tell you that in our next press conference, because I'm too mad about tonight to worry about Wisconsin right now, to be very blunt and honest with you. But for me, it'll be no problem. You have to ask that same question to some of those guys in the locker room and see how they answer it. It'll be no problem for me. I'll just be upset for a night and start working again tomorrow morning. That's what I'm going to